Good evening, football fans, and what's going on? It has been too long. Seriously, guys, it's been way too long, and I just want to say my deepest apologies for the delay. First things first, I'm bringing in my guests because I don't want to waste either of these gentlemen's time, but I owe everybody an explanation. I'm just gonna say it straight out. I owe all of you an explanation, listeners, because you guys are the real deal. I haven't been so to everybody out there who's been sending me messages and asking if I'm okay, if everything's cool, because the show hasn't been running regularly. I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It's been very touching and warming to hear all of you concerned and wondering what's going on because for the last 6 years, this show hasn't skipped a beat hardly. But unfortunately, in the last couple of weeks, and even during those in the weeks where it was running regularly, this has been a very tough time, unfortunately. And I'm not afraid to sit here and say things about it. I'll get to the face off momentarily, but I just wanted to say that it has been really rough, y'all. We've had some COVID scares. I've had some sick people in the family. Just recently. I was a little under the weather myself, but I'm all right. My girl and I we're doing good. We were had a little scare there with sickness, but we're good. Unfortunately, unemployment has been a dagger, unfortunately, and things have been kind of a damper with me just trying to find good work in a very hard job market at the moment. And it's just been a very, very, very big bummer for this entire go. But sorry to open on such a somber note, but I do got to say, to turn things into a great thing, all of you out there have been so gosh damn supportive, and I appreciate you all. Every one of y'all out there, everyone who's been texting, who's been messaging, everyone who's been like, hey man, where you been? Let's get the show back going. Can we help out? Seriously, guys, you have all kept this thing going, and I couldn't appreciate you all more. From the bottom of my heart, y'all, I appreciate you so much for making this thing continue to go. To all of the colleagues at IA Sports Radio who have been donating to keep the station going. Unfortunately, we don't have a sponsor no more. They've decided to focus on their apps. But hey, guess what? We're still rolling. Everybody at Sports Radio, we're donating, we're putting in to keep it going. And I just want to say right now, off the top of the bat, before I even forget, thank you guys so much. This right here is how you can help. Right here. See this? We thank you so much for this. Kofi is our new thing. We accept all donations and we appreciate it. Guys, I never wanted to do something like Kofi or Patreon or anything, but unfortunately, tough times have hit. We can't really afford the station at the moment. But guess what? All of my colleagues, all of the colleagues here at iSports Radio, all of you listeners out there, all of you are keeping this going. And once again, y'all, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say I couldn't appreciate you more. Thank you so much for wanting to keep us going. And thank you so much for all of your help and your support. Without you guys, we are not IE Sports Radio. And as I always say to the team, to IE Sports Radio, guys, this has nothing to do with me. This shirt has nothing to do with me. I'm just the guy who started it. It's everybody who keeps it going. All the colleagues, all the shows, everybody who keeps it going. That's what keeps it going. And you want to know who IE Sports Radio is more than anybody? It's you, the listeners. So we appreciate you all. We love you all. We thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And that's exactly what we do here, y'all. By the fans, for the fans, as John Felipe said here at iSports Radio. Let's get into tonight's show, y'all. So, just want to start things off with an explanation. But hey, we're back and we're ready to rock and roll. I'll see y'all on Sunday morning for another Primetime face-off. But tonight, we got one coming up. We got a game coming up in about 25 minutes. We're going to have some fun tonight, and it's going to be a little bit of fun. So, with that said, no Week 13 recap. Yes, I've been watching plenty of football. Unfortunately, the show has been running. So, no Week 13 recap and my Raiders' awesome victory over the Jets, which I'm sorry, I can't believe that happened the other day. Anyway, with that said, y'all, big ups to this man right here. That's right. All the way from Japan. I think it's like 7:55 in the morning over there right now. And this man is watching the show. He's asking if he can donate. He's been such a big part of us, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame voting starts this Saturday. Guess what? The first man to ever be inducted, the first person to ever be inducted in the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame is right here in the comments, man. Yukio Udima. This guy is amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this, brother, and thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the face-off because we got another Hall of Famer in the house tonight, all the way from Boston. That's right, all the way from the East Coast. It's dark over here. It's been dark over there for a while. But you know what it's not over here in Southern California? Freezing cold. Where this man is, it's about 50,000 below zero. So I just want to go ahead and say.
Well, it's about 35.
About 35, which is about 50,000 below zero.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here for his up team time. I'm glad to have him here. Proud member of the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame. And a man that I am honored to call a dear friend of mine because this guy is about as cool as it gets. Pete, we love you at IE Sports Radio, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Pete Garofalo, how's it going, brother?
Excellent, Larry. It's always good to be here. Just, hang in there and keep the faith. Like I told the Browns fans, it's always darkest before the dawn. And it looks like that's where we are now.
Well, we're doing our best. And if we're the Browns, then hopefully we have a season like they are this year. But you know who we're glad we're not, Pete?
The Jets.
The Jets. I'm sorry. Time for a little bit of a crowd, a little bit of a.
I had fun with that.
Gotta have fun with the Pete. And I don't know. I've been cracking up ever since we started the broadcast. But I just have to say this. We have a Slash lookalike in the house tonight. I just got to say this. I don't know if you did that intentionally to try and be funny, but it's great. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, but it's awesome because you can definitely pull off the Slash right now, man. If you had a guitar, I'm just saying. But ladies and gentlemen, he is the hardest working man at IE Sports Radio. Daryl and I used to bounce it off of each other. But since this whole COVID thing, since Daryl is almost done, guys. Daryl Kinsey Jr., the host of the Extra Mile here at IE Sports Radio. Daryl is one semester away, I believe, from completing his master's. I'm so proud of him. I just got mine last year. I'm so excited this past year. I got it. I'm blessed. Daryl has almost got his. And guess what, man? This man right here in the video, he's about to get that bachelor's, and I'm so proud of him for this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming right here, not too far away, right down the 91 freeway, the most congested freeway in the world, which I'm completely convinced, right here down the street in Huntington Beach, or I guess Corona Del Mar area, Newport Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the OC, proud to have him here. The hardest working man at IE Sports Radio. What's going on? Teran Rodriguez, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Larry B. Great to be on here with you and Pete. I hope y'all can hear me. If I sound good, then great. But if not, then oh well.
You sound good.
All right, just making sure. Thanks, Pete.
Yep, no problem.
Sorry about that, brother. No, you sound great, man. You sound great. Everything's good. That was my fault. I texted my girl real quick, man. She's at work, so I had to click on over. But hey, man, we got a busy chat room going on, man. We said Yukio in the chat room tonight. Matthew Hames, our esteemed Steelers fan, who's probably not too happy about last week. I wouldn't be either. But hey, they still have a whole bunch of victories and just one loss, so that's okay.
If you're going to lose a game, you might as well lose interconference. I mean, a loss is a loss, but it would be worse for them to lose to like Cleveland or Baltimore than Washington. I mean, it's losing in the interconference is not that big a deal. You want to win your division, you want to win your conference, and if you can get the other, your interconference, great. So I if I'm a Steelers fan, I actually have no issue because the more you win, the more the pressure gets on you. As a Patriots fan, I know this, and the more people want to knock you down.
I've witnessed that too.
I love this, man. We got some Steelers fans in the house tonight, man. Matt, of course, is my man. Pete, he says the chat room says Browns fans are by far the most delusional fans in the world, as a Steelers fan would say proudly. Steelers beat Browns 38-7, and a month later, Browns fans are running their mouths. all over social media. And it's cool because Yukio is also a Steelers fan all the way from Japan. He says, good to see you, Mr. Teran and Mr. Pete. Good luck to Rams and Patriots. And good luck to Patriots for tonight's game. So agree, better to lose now than the playoffs. Hey, I think Pete knows all about the 18-0 season where Pete Carroll, oh my gosh, Bill Belichick said himself, I kind of wish we would have lost one game in the season, whether it have been this game, the most important one.
They should have lost to Baltimore. Baltimore, the only reason they didn't lose to Baltimore is because on fourth down, Baltimore was offside, which gave the Patriots one more play, and they managed to win the game. But had Baltimore, it was something weird. Patriots committed a penalty or something, but there was no way, that Baltimore should have lost that game, and the Patriots basically stole it. But the more you played, the last game against the Giants and the playoff game at like San Diego, when they played San Diego for the conference championship, and fortunately because North Turner is an idiot, he punted on the Patriots 40-yard line, and I said, that's it, game over. We got this.
And it was. And
Phillip Rivers had a torn ACL.
And
or am I thinking of another year?
Billy Volek
tore his ACL in the opener in 2008. But
I thought he tore his ACL like in the divisional round. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah. As far as
that said, I hate to cut it short. We only have minutes before kickoff. So today was all my bad. I was running late. Because it was an awesome day, man. Helping out my girl, getting ready for finals and everything. We're doing our studying and everything. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on into it. Who's excited for a primetime face-off? I am. Let's do the dang thing, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready because it's about that time for the where's it at? Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the NFL Week 14 Thursday night primetime face-off as the New England Patriots have made their way from the great city of Boston, Titletown, all the way to, right here where Teran and I are. Not too far away. I mean, we're not like we're not down the street, but we're certainly not too far away from Inglewood. As, they're right here in whose house? Rams house tonight for this Thursday night football game. I hope you're excited, y'all, because it's time to boogie. Here we go. Thursday night football primetime face-off coming your way, courtesy of IE Sports Radio and courtesy, of course, of these two gentlemen about to get down right now, Mr. Pete Garofalo and Mr. Teran Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. It's about to be a good one. Marcus looks great in the chat room. What up, Doe? Thank you for joining. Let's get on into it. Y'all know how we like it. Representing, once again, the OA team, Hall of Famer here, Mr. Pete Garofalo, Mr. IE Sports Hall of Famer. Glad to have you here in the house. And of course, the man who has just been nominated, by the way, Pete. Yeah. Teran has been nominated for the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame, the third class. Yeah. Let's see if he gets in to join Pete and company. Should be pretty cool.
Just make sure you don't have any dead people voting for him.
Okay.
Freaking Pete. Crack me up. Let's do this, guys. Starting things off tonight, Mr. Teran Rodriguez, of course. I'm sorry about the things that, but Mr. Teran Rodriguez, of course, representing the home team, the Los Angeles Rams, proud host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, proud host of Set Point, our volleyball show here at IE Sports Radio, and just overall great guy. He is our statistician here at IE Sports Radio. The guy handles all the next ups and the posting, and in case you missed it, and telling you, man, he has definitely taken the title of the hardest working man at IE Sports Radio. We couldn't appreciate you more, brother, for holding it up, especially in a time where it's hard for me to get on this thing and do it. And it's just, I really appreciate it, man. So thank you very much and appreciate you, brother. So with that said, let's have some fun and let's just do the dang thing, y'all. So, all right, let's get it. We like to start things off with a little thing we like to call X Factors. Both of you have been a part of these. You guys know you guys are veterans in this. So let's get on into it. Pete, what's going on, man? You guys are the away team. You're coming in. Who are the X Factors in tonight's game?
Who are the X Factors? I think it'll be the receivers for the Patriots. I think, the running game is pretty good. They've got Harris going, James White solid, but their receivers, Bird, typical dumpster dive by the Patriots, playing well. N'Keal Harry, he's been like really a disappointment. They've got guys like Moncrief and Slater, and tight end. They've got, basically blockers. So there's really like no one for Cam to throw to. So he's going to have to kind of make stuff happen. So I think that's kind of the X factor, which you want to watch out for. How do the receivers do? Can they get open?
Okay, I like it. You're absolutely right. Unfortunately, Harry hasn't really panned out. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, Mr. Alexander Gans. Of course, Pete knows him from Twitter. Alex, and I think you do too, Teran. But he said that's the one thing that Belichick kind of just doesn't do. He's not good at drafting receivers. I don't know. But that's just
he's not good in the first round. I mean, he's hit and miss at best. But, day 3 and street free agents and dumpster dive, nobody's better.
Nobody's better. I couldn't agree. Teran, what you got, man? Those Rams have been up and down and all over the place. A lot like the Patriots. It's kind of like the Patriots are playing the Patriots of the NFC. I mean, it seems kind of like that. The Rams have been all over the place. They've been good, but the Patriots have been a little weak, but they've been good at best. I mean, they've been okay at best some points of the season. Give us your X factors for tonight's game, Teran.
So my X factors will probably be the defense. Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Troy Hill, Jalen Ramsey, you name it. I think that defense really has to come up big. It kind of came up big against the Cardinals last week. They really did a pretty solid job of limiting the Cardinals' offense. I mean, albeit the Cardinals were coming off of a loss to the Patriots, but the Rams, they knew they needed to win that game. Some other X factors for me is probably going to be Jared Goff. This is his game, kind of like his little redemption game of what happened in Super Bowl 52. Or I'm sorry, not 52, 53. Or either way, this is kind of a rematch for the Rams. And I think that a Super Bowl loss to the Patriots is still stuck well into their minds. And that's probably going to be their motivation.
Okay, well, there we go. Marcus says here, if the Rams lose, are they done for the playoffs? Quick question there, Teran. It's a quick, short one, but what do you think?
That's actually not a bad question, actually. I don't think that I'd say they're done, but they have a good shot, but their schedule just gets tough from here. Oh, not really tough after this week. After this week, they have the Jets and then the Seahawks and Cardinals, but I wouldn't say they're done, but I mean, the NFC West is still up for grabs, so I wouldn't say it's fully done for them, but they're kind of going to be in a little bit of a pickle.
Well, I like what Matthew Hames says here. He says they're in good shape still. Own the tiebreaker with Arizona at the moment. Well, there you go. So, okay, good stuff. Thank you both once again, Mr. Matt and Mr. Marcus. So let's get on into it, guys. We are 12 minutes away from kickoff. Let's have some fun and keep on going. Pete, you're ready for this, man. It's always the fun round. We go back and forth. Let me tell you right now, guys, tonight's not fiery at all. We have one of the most respectable people I've ever met in my entire life, Pete. I mean, this man... I like, seriously, like, if respect was his middle name, I seriously would be like, oh, that makes sense. I'm just saying. And Teran, very good, respectable man here. So, like I said, no fire here. But we're still going to have fun here in the lightning round. I know I kind of messed that up because the fire round's next. But lightning round, let's have some fun, y'all, and go back and forth. Weaknesses. Pete, give it to me, man. What are some weaknesses that you feel your Patriots can exploit on these Rams tonight to earn that victory on the road?
Okay. Well, I remember before Super Bowl 53, and Jared Goff was standing before the national anthem, and it looked like he was a deer in the headlights. And I said when I saw that, we got this, because he wasn't ready. He was scared to death. The defense did an excellent job keeping them in it, but they only got one field goal all game. So you put pressure. Defense got to put pressure on Goff, and they should do well. I mean, the Rams, like you said, they're like the Patriots. They've got kind of the running back by committee that's working good for them. I like Akers a lot. I like Henderson. Their receivers are excellent, far better than the Patriots receivers. Higbee is good. Everett is good. The line is good. But you get to Goff and, keep him out of the end zone. and they have a good chance of winning.
I like that. Okay, so before you give your weaknesses that you feel that your Rams can exploit, Teran, give us a little quick and dirty thoughts about Pete's weaknesses. Do you feel, oh, no, Pete, you're delusional? Or, hey, you know what? That actually makes some sense. Let us know. And then, of course, jump right on into your weaknesses on the Patriots that you feel that your Rams can exploit to win this thing tonight.
So my big thing is I wonder who Jalen Ramsey is going to be covering all game. I mean, the Patriots don't have Julian Edelman, so it's kind of going to be like a little bit of a wild card, like on who Jalen Ramsey will be like guarding. But I think if the Rams take away the Patriots run game, I think that's going to be a big thing because they have some good running backs, and Cam himself is still pretty mobile. Like he's kind of like their red zone guy, their first and goal guy. And when it's on the one, then you're more than likely going to be seeing Cam run the ball in. So overall, I think if the Rams take away the Patriots run game and force Cam to throw, I think that can prove to be a little bit of a tipping point. So we'll see.
That's actually pretty legit. And I also like hear what Matt says in the chat room. He says, all you have to know is the Bears are still in it to know the Rams have a great shot at the wild card spot. So, yeah, it's very realistic. I mean, so, yeah, you guys are there. I mean, both these teams, the Patriots kind of have to win out. I feel like pretty damn close.
I'm not concerned about the playoffs this year, Larry. I knew going in this year was going to be about rebuilding, retooling. I mean, they're literally playing in front of an empty stadium because the state of Massachusetts won't let fans congregate at stadiums. So all things considered, this team is 500 in a rebuilding year. I'm happy. I'm very pleased.
I'm sorry to kick you off there, brother, but no, I agree. Cam Newton, this is his first year in the system. The guy is still a hell of a quarterback. And Pete, can we? I mean, look. Till this day, Pete, I want to show everybody that I'm not trying to be a low-key Patriots fan here because guess what, Pete? 2001, it's a freaking fumble. Till this day, it's still a fumble, okay? It's always going to be a fumble, Pete, okay? Anyway,
you may be right, but that's, Mike Pereira said it wasn't a fumble. Charles Woodson was guilty of roughing the passer on the same play. That wasn't called. It didn't give the Patriots anything. It was a driving snowstorm. I was there. Vinatieri had to kick a 46-yard field goal. I think anybody would have a hard time kicking it. That ball barely cleared the crossbar.
I agree.
And where you guys screwed up was when there was 30 seconds left and you took a knee. And I said, why aren't they like doing some sideline passes? You got Janikowski there. You give him a shot. Maybe it's 1 in 100, but that's better than 0 in 100.
Oh, I agree, Pete. So once again, I'm just saying that the hostility, just kidding, that's still gonna be there. So I'm not a Patriots fan by all means. Guess what, guys? I'm gonna say this, Pete. You guys have a youngster. I'm sorry, a youngster. You guys have a vet whose first season is, in this system as Cam Newton, and not to mention, Pete. You guys had 8. Not 1 through 7. You had 8 guys, starters on the defense that said, we're not going to play this year because of COVID. So you know what? For you guys to be this good right now, beating the gosh dang Ravens and crap a couple weeks ago in the whole bit, you know what, Pete? I give you guys an applause, man. That's Bill. Bill. I'm just saying, you know what?
I mean, Bill's first year when he came here, he went 5-11. We've already exceeded that.
Exactly.
It's been a long time since Patriots fans have said, well, geez, I hope we win this week so we can get back to 500 after December 1st. But, hey, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, there you go, man. So I agree. And by the way, AKA Bears are terrible. Thanks, Matt. And Pete, would you like the Patriots to get Wilson from BYU? Oh, BYU, assuming they can't obviously get Lawrence or Fields. That's actually a good question, Pete. Good question.
I think Stidham is good. I think Stidham is very good. I think the Patriots did a smart thing signing Cam because, you don't want Stidham. He wasn't ready to follow the GOAT. The one good thing with Cam is that the Patriots fans are not thinking, oh, geez, Brady's gone. They're looking at Cam and like, hey, Cam's pretty good. And, the team is doing pretty good. Maybe they keep Cam long term. I don't think so. But, I think maybe at some point, Jarrett Stidham comes in there. A lot of people liked him. They said he was a 4th-round draft pick. So was Dak Prescott. I think he's very good. I mean, as far as I'm not even looking to dump as far as quarterbacks. I just think that's bad karma. Whoever they get is going to be good.
Okay, well, there you go. So real quick, I don't know if you remember any of the weaknesses that were pointed out by Teran, but before we get on into the fire round, of course, I want to know, Pete, your thoughts on the weaknesses that Teran pointed out on your Patriots. And is he delusional or does he have a point? What do you think?
No, I think he's right on. I think he's on point. I think, he's right on about the running game. What I would add is, the way that the Patriots are, they use, they use the running backs in the passing game. That's what makes the running back so effective. So, I think that's what he was kind of going at. And I totally agree with that. You shut that down and you force Cam to either, use his legs or air the ball out. You've got just, it's like a motley crew of receivers. They're just, the typical dumpster dives, they're fine. They're serviceable. But, if the Rams can shut Rams can shut the running backs down, Patriots going to have a hard time. Rams are a good team.
Well, I think both these teams are pretty dang good. And like I said, a couple years ago, these two teams were the best two teams in the NFL, and they met in the Super Bowl. And they played, in my opinion, I don't care, Pete. People will, till this day, I will fight anybody. Number one, Super Bowl 53 is special to me because that's my gosh dang number, okay? I wear that number, all right? So that was already a special game to me just because bias because of the number. But that was such a good defensive football game, and I can't stand when people say that wasn't a good game because, gosh damn it, the defenses played good. It was a good game, and the Patriots came out on top because they had the better defense. That's it.
I was into it. I thought it was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very competitive. I enjoyed it.
There you go. Me too. So let's go ahead and get on to the fire round. We got 3 minutes for kickoff here, so we're probably going to go into the game just a little bit. But I got the game turned on right now on NFL Network. It's muted. But
Carissa Thompson's missing one of her nails. One of her fake nails fell off. I'm like looking, and I'm like, wait a minute, something doesn't look right there. This is like high definition television, billions of dollars worth of technology, so that Pete Garofalo can look and see that Carissa Thompson's missing a fake fingernail.
That's Pete, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Garofalo. Got IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. That good old Pete, man. You cracked me up, man. So we'll start with you, of course, the away team once again. Pete, what is the game plan, man? What must your Patriots do tonight to earn this victory on the road over these Rams?
First thing, keep them out of the end zone, just like they did in the Super Bowl. Keep them out of the end zone. Goff is outstanding. Their receivers are, one of the best cores, one of the best receiving teams in the NFL, one at least, if not the best. So you got to shut them down. I mean, their corners are good, Patriots corners, so you got to shut them down. But then they've got the running game. Akers looks like he's finally hitting his stride. Henderson's a nice change of pace guy. So, the Rams can do a lot on offense and just got to shut them down. I mean, there's really there's not really any magic formula or hocus pocus. It's as simple as that.
I like it. I think that's the very straightforward game plan. I think that's exactly what it should be. Good, straightforward football. Teran, your thoughts on Pete's game plan? And then, of course, give me your game plan tonight to win this thing at home.
So I think the Rams are actually going to go with more of an aerial attack. I think when it comes to their passing game, I think that's where their strength is at, considering Jared Goff has Mr. Third Down himself, Cooper Kupp, and I expect him to actually have a big game. Robert Woods is also another good wide receiver who was probably one of the more under-the-radar wide receivers, and then Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett are both two good tight ends. I don't expect the running game to be used as much, but Cam Akers has seen his strides go up. I mean, he's actually winning. At first, I thought it was going to be Darrell Henderson, but I think when it comes to the Rams offense, they just got to bombard the Patriots with aerial assaults, especially with Cooper Kupp coming up big on third down. And then the defense just has to do their thing. Like Aaron Donald has to disrupt Cam Newton, make sure he forced him to throw the ball, and that's pretty much the game plan.
Oh, there you have it. Okay, so quick and dirty. Pete, what do you think of his game plan, man?
I think it's good. I think it's solid. I mean, like you said, go with your strengths. Kupp is excellent. Woods is excellent. I mean, that maybe they're not household names, but they're every bit, like as good as Kansas City's receivers. Mm-hmm. And I think they're solid. I think Higbee and Everett are excellent tight ends. Like they kind of complement each other. There's not like a one go-to guy, but they both kind of do something when one's hot, when one's cold, the other one picks it up. Mm-hmm. So I think he's dead on. I mean, the Patriots secondary is very good, but you beat that secondary and you get in the end zone, you got a good shot of winning.
Well, it should be a good football game, guys, and I'm excited for it. And that's going to do it, guys. So with that said, let's go ahead and give a round of applause, y'all. Once again, Mr. Pete Garofalo, Hall of Famer, IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer, Mr. Pete Garofalo, and, of course, Mr. Teran Rodriguez, the man, the myth, the legend here at IE Sports Radio, man, the hardest working man at IE Sports Radio. Gentlemen, there is no voting poll tonight. I slipped up.
My dog. I think I'm going to have my dog vote for Teran.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
is well deserving. Glad to have this man in there, and
I'm gonna just grab all the ballots out of the mailboxes in my neighborhood and just Teran Hernandez, Teran.
Good old Teran, man. Teran's the real deal, man. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, there's no voting poll tonight. Once again, it's a busy day. My girl and I get ready for our final tomorrow. A lot of studying, but hey, I just want to say both of you guys, man, it's gonna be a great game. We're just getting set for kickoff right now, so everybody's watching the show. We're about to get.
Hey, Teran, what do you think of the Rams' new uniforms? I like them.
They're okay. I don't think they're as bad as most people are slandering, but I think they're okay. I think the helmets are pretty legit as well. So,
well, I guess. But
at first, I was kind of like that. But the more I see them on the field, I like them. I like the colors; they pop. I like the gradient. It just somehow works. It's just a shame they spent $6 billion on this stadium
and nobody can be in it. I completely understand, guys. So
the stadium represents Stan Kroenke and Dean Spanos' ego, gigantic and oversized.
Wow.
Dean Spanos is an idiot legacy kid.
Nothing is kicked off in Los Angeles. The Patriots have kicked off to the Los Angeles Rams, and we are officially underway. Gentlemen, this is going to be a fun game here tonight. And, well, any last comments or thoughts or anything? Pete, we'll start with you, man. Where can all these diehard Patriots fans find you? Any comments, thoughts about the game? Anything you want to add before we get out of here for the night, man?
All right, well, you can find me on Twitter. My handle is PGAR58, PGAR58. That's really where I live on social media. I have a page on Facebook, Instagram, but I'm not really on there that often. Just when we go back to the games, I'm in section 101. That's where my season tickets are in Foxborough. You see me, stop by, say hi.
Great guy. Trust me, you're going to want to meet Pete. I want to meet Pete one day in person, man. Teran, where can all these diehard? I will. I definitely will, man. So where can all these diehard fans find you, Teran?
You could find me on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez 1. It's basically my name down below and then the number 1. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at Teran Rodriguez 1992. I don't use Instagram a whole lot, or InstaFace as Bill Belichick calls it. But either way, Twitter is where I normally live as well, and all that stuff.
Well, there you have it. Pete, it has been great. Teran, it has been great. Thank you guys for helping me get the ball back rolling. This is week 14, clean slate of football for us. And that is going to be that. We're going to get started going on Sunday with the next Primetime Face-Off. Teran, you and I have literally, and this sucks, man, we got like 1 or 2 episodes of College Edition in before everything just kind of went under. Let's try and salvage what we can of the Season 8 College Edition going maybe this weekend sometime or next week. But let's keep it going. Let's do our thing. Let's work hard, and that'll be it. Gentlemen, that has been great. Thank you both for stopping by here tonight. God bless you and your families. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and rest of your weeks, and enjoy the game. I will talk to you both very soon.
Talk to you soon, Larry. God bless.
Thanks, Larry.
God bless.
Keep the faith.
Always. Yes, sir. All righty, y'all. That's gonna do it, man. How about a round of applause, real quick? How about a round of applause? Yeah, look, we're animals. How about a round of applause, y'all, for both Mr. Pete Garofalo, iSports Hall of Famer, Pete Garofalo, and Mr. Teran Rodriguez, man, iSports Radio Hall of Fame candidate. So we can show them some love, y'all. The iSports Radio Hall of Fame voting starts this weekend, so make sure to get their votes in when you see those voting polls on the iSports Radio Twitter account. They're going to be up. We're going to be counting the votes and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's only been on Twitter this year. I know we tried for a couple. Well, I was going to try this year for multiple social media outlets, but it's just not going to happen, guys. It's just, I have too much going on my plate, so I'm just going to count the Twitter votes. Same as last year. Let's have some fun. It's only going to be, of course, for every poll. I'm going to count the actual percentage of people who voted, and then the percentage, and just come up with the percentage per person. So that way we're not getting like, if only 4 people are on one poll and one person gets like 2 votes and nobody else voted for anybody else, they get 100%. It's not fair if they get in over somebody else where it was a very competitive poll where they're like 60% or 50% or something. So anyway, that's going to be that. If you want to go ahead and support us, show us some love, y'all, on Ko-fi. Show us some love. Please help support us right now. It's a tough time for us. We really just, right now, unfortunately, jobless, which sucks, of course. I mean, like I said, COVID has just hit us hard this year, and it is a bummer, and it sucks. But hey, you know what? We're working hard. I'm still working at it. I'm keeping the faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I got my beautiful, wonderful, amazing woman, Cecilia. I love you, baby. But I got my amazing family. I got her amazing family. I got great people, great support, and I got an amazing team here at iSports Radio. So I'll tell you what, I'm blessed. I'm happy. And I'm just proud of everything that's come of iSports Radio and of my life. So I can't complain. But once again, times are a little tough right now. So if you can, go ahead and donate. Once again, check us out right here, y'all. Right here on Ko-fi. Go head on over if you can. Show some support. Anything helps. A couple of bucks just to keep us going, to pay for our website, our Spreaker account, our StreamYard accounts. Our StreamYard account here. Well, of course, this is Brandon's, but yeah, Brandon Buckingham's our very own Brandon Buckingham, the host. Him and H-Town Blake Henley, the hosts of Bases Loaded here on iSports Radio. But here, of course, is where you can go. So head on over there to Ko-fi. Show us some love, y'all. Once again, the banner, well, the website is right here, so I don't know if we want to copy it or I don't know, screenshot it. But of course, get on over to the iSports Radio Twitter account. You will see the link posted there. Show us some love. Go on over to Facebook. Check out the Hidden Gems podcast group, or Hidden Gems Sports Shows, or I forgot what I called it, but it's Hidden Gems Sports Shows. I'll get it next week for you guys. Sorry, but get on over there. Show us some love. Jump on in the conversation. Have some fun. Talk some sports with us. And show us some love. Make sure to follow us at iSports Radio on Twitter, on Instagram at iSports Radio as well, and give us a like on Facebook. We certainly like that. You can follow me over there be at the THE_LB53. Show me some love, and hey, I do my best to tweet everybody and to get back at everybody. So thank you all for tweeting me. Thank you all for being so awesome, and I appreciate all of you. Once again, that is the THE_LB53. Thank you all so very much for your support and for helping us out, and for just being awesome people. Seriously, you guys are awesome, and it has been very touching hearing you guys message me or reading you guys' message about if I'm okay and if everything's all right, because the show hasn't been on regularly. But it's all right. The comeback is here, and we're ready to rock and roll, y'all. So that's going to do it for tonight's show. Thank you all so much for being a part of this and tuning in and just enjoying it. Thank you so much for over the years, all your support. And iSports Radio is going nowhere, y'all. Maybe a little tough right now, but once again, you can jump on over to Ko-fi, show us some love, donate if you can, and let us know. And if not, I mean, just retweet the tweet, the Ko-fi tweet, and see if anybody can jump on and help us out with some sponsorship. If you would like to sponsor the show and you're listening out there, anybody with a business or anything like that, I will have the details for you. Actually, I think I already have them. Full-on sponsorship throughout the network for $20, y'all. For 1 week, $20 is all it's going to take. We will sponsor. We will give you shout-outs on the show. 2 per show on every show throughout the network. I will give you guys 2 tweets per week on our network. I mean, on all of our social media. If you would like 2 weeks of that, well, we'll do it for 2 weeks, and that will be $40. And then for the month, actually, sorry, that'll be 50 for 2 weeks. And then for the month, $100. And we will take care of you for the whole month. That is 2 social media posts per week, and you will get 2 mentions on every show running on the network throughout the entire week. We have like easy like 12 to 15 shows a week, so it's a lot of exposure, and we'll do our best, but that's going to help us keep running. That's going to help us pay our funds and help us keep going here at iSports Radio. And of course, all your donations, all the donations for all the colleagues here at iSports Radio, thank you all so very much. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate all of you listeners, colleagues, everybody. I love you all. You guys are amazing, and thank you for helping keep this thing going. So with that said, y'all, that is going to do it for tonight's show. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you Sunday morning for the Sunday night primetime face-off. I don't even know who's playing. I got to get back in the loop. But with that said, y'all, that's going to do it for me. Your boy, Larry B. I'll see y'all Sunday. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.